Hey everybody, it is August, still, Scarlet Flag on Facebook, and I'll be bringing you a review of Batman and Nightwing, issue 23, and I believe this is the last comic for the whole 5 stages of grief, and the comic book starts off with Batman. He's in the little security box, lockbox, and from before Incorporated, where he was locked up and had his belt taken away. And Talia is, talking to him, monologuing that I think you could really hear from the bottom of an outdoor pool inside of a case. But she says, "Know that I've beaten you at your own stupid childish games of clues and traps, masks, and toys. Know that by the time you get free, all of it will be gone. Your son, your family, your friends, your precious city, gone. Gone because the Batman was too late to save him. Too late to even save himself." And Batman just goes, both come out and, "Goodbye, Bruce, my dear, sweet, doomed detective." And he drowns. Acceptance. Then we see in the next panel that, it was just a simulation, because Bruce has this Internet 3.0 resurrection program, and apparently he's been doing it for 446 times. Incomplete. All incomplete. So he says, "Damn it. Reset simulation." And he goes back in. So it basically allows him to relive, what happened, things that happened. And there's screens up and people can see it. And Alfred and Nightwing, of course, are in the Batcave on looking what he's doing. And Nightwing asks, "How long has he been at it, Alfred?" He says, "Almost 4 days, nonstop. I've tried everything. He will not shut it down, Master Richard." So Batman goes back in again. He gets out of the box, swims up, fights the Man-Bats. It's a little teeny montage there. He smashes through, and sees Damian fighting against the heretic. Saying and he says, call him off at once, mother. Blah blah. And in this simulation, Batman gets shot up to death and crawls over to Damian's dead body. So, once again, stimulation incomplete. He's like, God, he's real frustrated, Bruce. He doesn't have anything on, just a wife beater and some pants. So when he awakes that time, he notices Nightwing is there, and he says, "Enjoy the show," not especially. He says, so Alfred tells him, Richard came in from Chicago to talk some sense, and he says, "I implore you to shut this thing down and join the living, but you have turned a deaf ear for days." Bruce says, "This calling in the cavalry routine is getting old, Alfred. Nothing either of you do is going to stop me from proving that I could have saved Damian." So Nightwing actually goes in and said, "Who said anything about stopping you, Bruce? I'm going in with you." So but Richard, it's not, he picks up, Nightwing picks up another set of glasses and says, "Those 2 players, Bruce says, "No, it can be. So let's do it. Reset simulation. Bruce Wayne and Richard Grayson recognized. Resurrection program 448 initialized." And, we see Alfred just walking away in shame. I hope you can see that. Yes, and then we get another little montage of everything that happened in Incorporated there, everything, pretty cool. And he says, and just an awesome, splash page. They come to Damian's rescue, lovely splash there. And as they're fighting and everything, the heretic is still trying to get at Robin, Damian, and puts his, stabs his sword into his cape, and Bruce's Batman's on the ground, just with half his mask kind of burnt off, and he throws a spear towards Nightwing to help him save him, and it says, then Batman sees what happened. Nightwing impales the heretic, and he saves Damian. So if only that really happened. So they talk and everything. He says, Batman says, did everything we could, but it still wasn't enough. He's gone. He's left a black hole. And as the simulation fades, Nightwing takes off his glasses and says, no, he didn't. Damian left a father who loved his son and a son who loved his father. He left something tangible behind. None of this makes the murder of a 10-year-old boy make sense, Bruce, but you wouldn't have had Damian without living this life, without being Batman. Who said, being Batman took him away, Dick. And which he says, as screwed up as it is, Bruce, Damian knew he was a soldier. He trained for this war in his body and mind from the moment he was born, trained more than any of us, even you. Turned this loss, this tragedy, into something good, something better. Not just for your sake and his, but for all the people of Gotham. Just like when your parents died. You have to go out each and every night and be Batman. Very touching, very, very powerful statement from Nightwing. So he says, now, I may have to live with Damian's death, but I don't ever have to accept it. He says, that's all anyone can expect from a father who had to bury his son, Bruce. And later we go and we see Alfred is now onlooking the device, and he goes in, resets simulation, and says we see him and Damian talking and going through what happened in Incorporated, and he says, take care of my animals, Mr. Pennyworth. You can easily convince my father that there was no way he could stop me if he wanted. Then I fool the voice recognition cave locks. He says blah blah blah, and he does it. As for the other security protocols, I already hacked those. There actually is no way to stop me, Damon says. So, and as he walks towards his bike, Alfred takes a knee and kind of pats him on the shoulder there and says, that your father's very proud of you, young Master Damon. Damon says, and of course, why wouldn't he? What? And we see that Alfred had a little tranquilizer thing on his hand. It says, a 10-hour nap. You'll live to fight another day. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on. As Damon goes out, says, shame on me. Takes Damien, puts him in the chair, and he says, I also want you to know how very proud I am of you, Damien. I'll never forgive myself for letting you leave the cave that night. And we see, as that simulation is leaving, Bruce, is sad onlooking the screens of what's going on. And, program 449 successfully complete, Alfred Pennyworth. So yeah, and, it says, as he gets up, he says, oh God, I'm so sorry, Bruce. Bruce says, I'm the one who's sorry for not seeing how deep your pain goes, Alfred. I was too selfish to realize we both lost a son. And it says, can we shut this damn thing off, Master Bruce? Yes, Alfred. So let's click. And that's the end. So next, A Tale of Two Faces. And I look forward to the Villains Month there. I'll do another video about that. But yeah, this was a good issue. This was a good issue. Not a great issue, but pretty awesome, Like one of those special episodes where, they get put into a video game. Very cool. Hey, what more can you say? It's a good issue. Not very climactic exactly, but it was a nice emotional exchange. Very nice dialogue throughout. For a $2.90 book, just very good, very good. So yeah, Thanks guys for watching. Freaking follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, whatever I put down there. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.